Yo, what's up, everybody? Gerald here, G5 Productions, in the place to be. I'm smiling a lot right now because I've been losing some cool points lately. So I'm gonna share one episode of what we did here recently. So I got this uplight, right? This is the Chauvet Freedom Par Hex 4, and I'm laughing out because it's mostly okay. But if you look in the front of it right here, there's no glass, so to people who don't know this light, it looks like it's actually designed like this on purpose. But these are the diode lights here, and there's normally a front glass cover that goes right on top of this light. And so at one of our recent gigs, Elliot was out there DJing outside, and the wind kind of took off there a little bit, and something hit the top of the light, cracked the glass. Um, to my amazement though, like, it's actually a safety glass, kind of like your front windshield. So when he bought it back, I'll pop a picture up of the damaged light, right? And I was like, wow, that's pretty impressive. Chauvet really put a lot of, thought process into the build quality of this light. But I just thought it was funny, and so I was like, well, does the light still work? He was like, yeah. And I used it in this configuration and another gig, so it's all good. But let's go ahead and take it apart because I do have the replacement cover or the glass. So I'm just go ahead and repair it, and you guys get to watch and see how it's done. Alright, so I'm going to just go ahead and apologize for my face not being in the video, but what I wanted to show you was the light and how I'm going to take it apart. So first, for tools, I do have a 3mm Allen wrench, they call it, or hex key, some people call it that. So this is a 3mm. And I also have a cross tip screwdriver. The actual length doesn't really matter, but it is a cross tip. And just standard size, not like a micro screwdriver, nothing like that. And then here in this plastic, I have the replacement top glass from a company called Chauvet and Sons. So the name of this light is the Chauvet Freedom Par Hex 4. So that's the company, Chauvet, right? And the company I found Elliot found the top cover from was a company called Chauvet and Sons, right? So this is the top glass here. There it is, right? And it's really a good build. I mean, it's nice and thick and, feels pretty solid. So I'm very impressed. Chauvet, shout out to them for making quality products, right? So I'm going to go ahead here with the Allen key and just kind of pop it in one of the Allen head screws there, loosen them up. Then I'll get to take all four of them out. So it's one on pretty much each corner of the light. So I'm talking while I'm working. Here's the lift handle for the light, and the ones back here, it takes a little bit of finesse to get to them. So I'm gonna just use the long side of the Allen key to reach down there. So here we go, here we go. There's the top cover removed, so I'll give you guys a little bit of close up here. Now, when I first got this back, there were the original glass was kind of broken, so some of the pieces did fall in. There's kind of a hole here, right? Some of the smaller pieces did fall down in the light, so when I was turning it like this, I can hear them rattling inside. And I didn't have to take the light apart anymore. I just kind of wiggled them, shook the light up and down like so, and they all kind of fell right out of the bottom hole. I know you can't see that, but they kind of fell right out, into the garbage can there. So I've been double checking really good, and looks like all of the glass is actually out. So as far as the glass piece here, Chauvet does have infrared capabilities with their lights. So here's the infrared sensor back here. So that's where this notch here, notched out, fits around the infrared sensor. When the mount is all said and done, just like that. And so also to hold the glass in place, you have these tabs. So I'm gonna remove those and put the glass in here and mount it back. Okay, so we successfully removed all of the small screws and the brackets that hold the glass in place. And typically, you know, it fits like this in this manner. So I'm just gonna house that just like that. And I'm gonna pick the glass up. And inside here, you can see how the glass is, you know, cut off on the corners to allow for the fit right inside there. So now all I have to do here is put the brackets in place to hold the glass by lining up the holes appropriately. Also, there it is. It's mounted, and again, you have this notch cut out of the dark part of the glass, so it goes around the IR sensor. And if you ever have to do this, um, it's self-explanatory when you take it apart, but just know that the notch goes kind of towards the tall part of this bracket right here. So if it's on this side, it's wrong. And also, here it is. So because I was touching the glass, I'm going to just go ahead and get my fingerprints off the bottom of it. Not so much concerned with the top because I could easily clean that part off. But just want to make sure that there are no smudges underneath the light whatsoever. And it looks like I've got them all covered. And just put this on just like that. Just like the original light. I'll drop all my Allen screws here in place. And after that, I just simply have to start cranking them down. I do want to make a note of the little 4 brackets that on the bottom of this. When I was putting the glass back in place, you don't have to crank down super tight on those screws, just enough to pretty much hold them in place. And they do rest kind of snugly right on top of the main housing there. So once this overall bracket is on top, I mean, it's really not going anywhere. But the idea is to make sure that that glass is not moving around and, got a loose thing. And there's a pretty snug fit also between the top bracket and the actual housing part for the light. So you don't have to really crank down with all your might on any screws on this particular fixture, really. So that is about as tight as I can get it this way. And same here. So I'm just gonna put a little bit of torque there just to make sure that really stays in place. And there it is. Again, you have to use common sense when you're dealing with small screws and things like this. I mean, you don't have to put so much extra pressure that you strip the screw past its point of turning. So there it is. I feel comfortable with that. And this one's nice and snug. So I'm just gonna give it a little bit of extra crank with the long part of the lever here. And there it is. So here it is. We have a repaired light fixture with the original glass right there on top. Sorry for the glare there. And it was easy enough and simple enough. So thank you first to Chave for a really good build quality. And I do want to say that when this glass got hit and it was broken, it was really equivalent to the glass how it breaks in your car. So it really held together pretty good. It was an easy repair, easy replacement. So I'm definitely excited about that. And no gaps, no dents. And I guess my caution is for the future is to make sure that if you're using any equipment, just be thinking about the potential stuff. If the wind's gonna blow, if your speaker stands are on their highest setting, are they top heavy? Will the wind blow that over? Stuff like that. So in this case, it was just a matter of something else got blown away and happened to have fell on top of the Freedom Part Hex 4. So that's it for now. But you know, thank you to Chauvet again for making a really good product, and thank you Chauvet and Sons for sending G5 Productions a replacement top glass. So that's a good source for Chauvet parts. If you guys, you know, have some things you need to get fixed, reach out to them and see if they can help you out. Other than that, you guys looking for this amazing repaired fixture and others like it at your next event, hit us up at www.g5productions.com. Let's party.